Hello, this is Ms. Miller here today to talk to you about World War I, causes and consequences. This PowerPoint will deal with everything except for the home front, but we'll probably talk about that more in class. So let me get started here. Okay, so this is called the Great Break, War and Revolution. World War I is referred to as the Great War until, of course, World War II, because that was like there was no World War I during World War I because they didn't know it was going to happen twice, right? Okay, so first of all, what caused the Great War? And why did it have such revolutionary consequences? Now, Bismarck, we talked about in class. Bismarck was the nationalist, conservative dude, right, who helped out Kaiser Wilhelm I to unify Germany, okay? And the sort of culminating moment was in 1871 at the end of the Franco-Prussian War, when Bismarck, of course, designed that war so that Wilhelm II was crowned Kaiser of the German Empire, or Emperor of the German Empire, in help me out here, in Versailles, right, which was like a huge insult to the French. Okay, so now the goals of the Bismarckian system of alliances was to isolate France, maintain peace with Russia and Austria-Hungary, and between Russia and Austria-Hungary over Southeast Europe. Okay, so there's like a very complicated system of like, people are kind of like sort of trying to expand, but they want to kind of keep the balance of power because they want peace, but they also kind of want more stuff, and we're still feeling competitive, but we don't want to go to war. Okay, so it's like very delicate system. Now, he formed the Three Emperors League in 1873 to ally against radical movements. So Bismarck supported Austria-Hungary in the Congress of Berlin, which, remember, that was like the whole conference that like kind of kickstarted imperialism, and that incensed, like really ticked off the Russians, which led to the Russians, so like kind of took Russia out of things, and then Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy formed the Triple Alliance, okay? The Triple Alliance is going to stay together because eventually, you know, they're going to be the group, right, that the Allied powers, the other Allied powers, right, fight during World War I, but their name is going to change. So right now they're called the Triple Alliance, okay? Now, there was also a secret alliance between Germany, Austria, Hungary, and Russia. And they called the secret alliance the Alliance of the Three Emperors. Now, this is going to be really important because Kaiser Wilhelm II is going to mess this up, which is one of the direct causes for World War I. Okay, so there's the secret alliance, and this is a Russian-German reassurance treaty. And so they said, like, Germany, if you're attacked, Russia will help you. Russia, if you're attacked, Germany will help you. We're secret friends right now. Okay, but again, this is going to change. So what we're going to do in class, and what I would like you to think about now is, like, what was the Three Emperors League and why did they form? What was the Triple Alliance and why did they form, et cetera, for the Alliance of the Three Emperors. So we'll do that in class. Okay. Here's a really complicated map to show you the complication of this, but if you look very carefully and like pause this video for a while, you can kind of see like some dates and different agreements and what was going on and why. Yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, you can see they use the same crazy, well, they used AUH for Austria-Hungary. Okay, it almost looks like chemistry, doesn't it, with all these abbreviations? Okay, like there's barium and stuff. No, just kidding. Of course, that's Belgium, the Netherlands, etc. Okay. Now, there are rival blocks or chunks, like areas, okay? So here you can see you have the Ottoman Empire is just sort of like, they're just kind of hanging around, right? They're the sick man of Europe. You have the Balkans, which is highly contested. You can see because it's between these two blocks. Then you have the Triple Alliance and the Triple Entente. Oh, I did that backwards. No, I didn't. You have the Triple Alliance and the Triple Entente. Now, why is Russia over here? I thought Russia and Germany were friends. Well, Kaiser Wilhelm II dismissed Bismarck because Bismarck, he felt like Bismarck was being too friendly with Russia. He did not like Russia. So he's like, dude, you gotta go. So goodbye, Bismarck, okay? So basically that secret alliance that Germany and Russia had with each other, gone. Totally gone. Okay. Now France is like, hee, because who does France hate right now? Obviously Germany, because they like totally beat the crud out of them in this war. You got people locked in Paris eating zoo animals. It was a disgrace, a disaster for France. It was craziness, right? And then, you know, insult to injury, they crowned Kaiser Wilhelm the First in Versailles. That is just like, oh my God. Okay, so that's horrible. So France is like looking for any opportunity to kind of nail Germany. So like, Russia, psst, Russia, come join us. We'll be friends. And Russia's like, sure, I'm ticked at Germany too. Let's do it. Okay. Now, Great Britain broke good relations with Germany because Germany is starting to threaten Great Britain's long-held naval supremacy. Remember, Great Britain's been king of the castle of the seas, if you will, since 1588, since the defeat of the Spanish Armada. So they're like, whoa, back down, people. So Great Britain is not happy with Germany either because remember, Germany is like this huge industrial power right now. They're very rapidly industrializing. All of a sudden, they're this like solid country. They're making all these weapons, and Great Britain's like, slow down, tiger. Okay. So now you have the Triple Entente, and they'll be called the Allied powers during World War I. The Triple Entente is France, Russia, and Great Britain. So now these are the blocks that will be the World War I kind of groups, okay? Now this Triple Entente was able to settle colonial disputes between each other, and they came up with this Anglo, meaning like Great Britain, like Anglo-Russian agreement over Persia and Central Asia. So they're like kind of like, okay, let's be friends. You take this, I'll take this. We'll compromise. They're making compromises and doing friendly things with each other. I love this map. Oh my God, I love this map. Okay, so you can see the imperial sort of competitive nature. Oh God, isn't this beautiful? So here's Russia like nom 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 nom, like trying to gobble up the Ottoman Empire and as much as it can get. We'll talk in a moment about pan-Slavism, the idea that Russia as a Slavic people feels like it should be entitled to rule these other Slavic peoples, okay, down here in the Balkans. Then you've got like Germany and Austria here, like trying to fight off Russia, and then you've got, you know, Spain and Portugal. You see they're neutral. He's just, I love this guy sitting here just like reading a book. He's like, psh, whatever. And then you've got Great Britain and their little bulldog here, kind of looking over everything, kind of angry. Look, he's got his little boat here. Oh my God, how cool is this map? Just like stare at this for a while. There's the Ottoman Empire, like, please keep me alive. Right, by the way, I'm fighting too. Okay, and so everybody's at odds with each other for various reasons. Now, that led to the Balkans being called the powder keg of Europe. Powder keg is full of gunpowder, could explode at any moment, right? So the Congress of Berlin, at the Congress, Austria-Hungary received the right to, quote, occupy and administer, so rule over Bosnia and Herzegovina. Okay, so Serbia and Romania received independent states, but Bosnia and Herzegovina didn't. Okay, long story short, Austria-Hungary is not well liked in the Balkans, and so they work really hard to curtail or stop Serbian expansion because they're threatened by that because it messes with their balance of power. Dude, poor Austria, right? Now they're called Austria-Hungary. They've lost all of Italy. Like they're shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. They're very defensive. So they're like, dude, you can't let anybody get any bigger. Can't let anybody take more of our land away. You know, it's craziness. So what happens is there are these wars, and it's between Austria-Hungary basically crushing down like these other smaller countries in the Balkans. So the Ottoman Empire is declining, and it's because the Ottoman Empire is losing influence, like the Serbs and the Bosnians and all these other people are getting more freedom to get stronger, which directly threatens Austria. Boom. Okay. This culminates with the assassination. The Serbian terrorist group, the Black Hand, goes through and assassinates Archduke Francis Ferdinand, who would be next in line for the Austrian like crown or whatever, right? So it happens on June 28th, 1914 in Sarajevo. July 23rd, Austria gave them an ultimatum. They're like, either you give us full ability to rule over you, or we're going to crush you in war. And then by July 28th, okay, like a week later, Austria is like, okay, time's up, and they mobilize. Mobilization means they're taking troops and moving them into the country. They mobilized in Serbia to fight the nationalism stuff there, and they threatened to destroy it. So this is now like the Third Balkan War. Remember, there are all these other wars up here. Okay, you get it. Now, this starts World War I, basically. So here's the deal. How does everybody else get involved? Russia, because of pan-Slavism, wants to defend the Serbs from the Austrians. So Russia mobilizes on both Germany and Austria-Hungary. Germany has issued like this blank check to Austria saying like, well, we're not going to get involved militarily, but here's anything you want. Now, they didn't physically write them a check, but it's like an expression, like, here's a blank check, do whatever you want, we got you, we got your back, we'll fund it, okay? And so now, by August 3rd, Germany has this thing called the Schlieffen Plan, that if Russia mobilizes on Germany, that they're automatically going to declare war on France and Russia, and their idea is like, we're going to quick get rid of these guys over here, like, so we can focus all of our power on Russia. The Schlieffen Plan goes horribly wrong. So what happens is Germany marches into so Russia's mobilizing in Germany. Germany takes that as an act of war, and so then Germany marches through Belgium, which is completely neutral, to invade France because they think they're going to beat them in like a week. So this is not the case. So they they march through the Belgium. Belgium is like 5 seconds from Great Britain. Great Britain's now upset. So now Great Britain and France together declare war on Germany. Okay, so step 1, assassination. Step 2, these guys invade these guys. Step 3, this guy supports this guy. Step 4, Russia's like, I'm going to war with both of you. Step 5, Germany's like, I'm going to war with you, and I'm marching through your territory. Step 6 is these guys and these guys are like, what? We're going to war with you, and, you guys, because for whatever reason, the Ottoman Empire sees like this is an opportunity to save itself. So they're like, oh, cool, we're going to get on board with the Germans and the Austrians because they've got lots of guns. And so that is how World War I happens. Yikes. This is a Schlieffen plan. Again, I just explained this. You can read more about it if you want, but basically Germany's like, we don't want to fight a two-front war. We don't want to be the creamy center of the Oreo cookie. We want to quick knock out Western Europe so we can totally focus on Russia. But in reality, the Germans, fought for 4 years and still couldn't get France. Okay, so this is the failure of the Schlieffen plan. The resistance of the Belgians and Great Britain prevented the Germans' rapid movement through France, okay? Russia also mobilized its troops more quickly than expected, and both sides had to secure the land that they held, which led to trench warfare, which is perhaps the most horrific part of World War I, which we'll see. So there's this idea that the boys will be home by Christmas, and everyone's like, yay, war! We haven't had war in like forever! This is going to be awesome! And then the reality, which was this 4, 5 years, depending on where you were in Europe, of just long, horrendous, bloody, incredibly costly of both human lives and money war. Okay, so I'm going to stop there actually today. Have a wonderful, yay, have a wonderful day, war. Hopefully this cleared up some things we'll talk more about in class, and good luck on your debates.